Hi again, everybody, and welcome back. NYthespirit.com video channel. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You remember all the songs, and I do too. Please welcome, from The Box, Jean-Marc. Hi, Jean.
How are you?
I'm fantastic, and that is my own opinion of myself, of course, right? Apart from that. And you're looking good.
Thank you.
You know, I think the last time we ever sat down and chatted was probably when you guys appeared, you guys being The Box, appeared on the Casby Awards.
97 years ago.
It was in the 1800s. And it was at least that long
The Casby
ago.
Awards, yes, I remember distinctly. Yeah.
So what on earth have you been doing since? I know that you guys still making records, still touring.
Absolutely. Well, we had a hiatus which lasted about 9 years, between 1993, I would say, but I never stopped making music. In fact, I've been in the jingles business for a long time. I've made in excess of 500.
Are you serious?
Yeah, with most of the major agencies in Montreal. So music was always in the... But we got relentless pressure from the industry to get the Box back together to do some live gigs.
I understand.
And the rest of the guys weren't interested at all.
No,
you know, because they said, well, yeah, and again, everybody's going to make money except for you and me.
Yeah.
But I thought it was an interesting idea, but I didn't want to get back into it without having anything new to say.
I understand.
So in 2005, we made a record. But I had to find a new band to do it. And the band that I've got now is actually the one that we're touring with currently in Ontario. And we've been together for 10 years, since 2005.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, 10 years together for a band, no matter what, is quite a long time.
And it's going to be a total of 33, if you count
Seriously?
the 80s. Yeah. I've been in this for all of my life.
You must have started when you were like 7?
24, actually. I was a late bloomer. Yeah, really. And I didn't even sing before that. Before that, I was in a band called Men Without Hats.
Yes, well, who could forget that?
And I played keyboards for them, and I didn't sing, and I didn't even know that I could sing.
I still, it's interesting you write, because I still see Ivan out there doing stuff.
Absolutely. We're friends on Facebook.
Are you?
I haven't seen him in a while, although I'm supposed to see him soon because we're participating to a huge party at the Bell Centre in Montreal, and he'll be there, and I'll be there.
Really?
And it will have been something like 25 years since we haven't seen each other.
What's this party at the Bell Centre about?
Oh, it's just a comedian, a stand-up, that's doing a big event there, and it's the theme of it is the 80s.
Okay.
And he's invited a bunch of artists from the 80s to go and play one song, just one song. So we're going to go there and play L'Affaire du Moutier.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and Ivan will play the safety dance, of course. But it's going to be just a riot to be on the same stage together.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I just heard, actually we're going to steer away for a second, but I did just recently hear, and I've been playing it on the system, a brand new mix of the other big song for, not Safety Dance, Pop
Goes the World.
Pop Goes the World, yeah. A 7-minute mix, I've been playing it, it's really good.
Yeah, and it's even used to do a soap capsules commercial called...
noticed that.
Yeah, right.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, you know, talking about things that I still play and we both still love, it would be the great, incredible music out of the 80s from The Box. L'Affaire being one of them, Live on TV.
Live on TV.
And so many more. I think Live on TV is probably the most current popular one of the 80s music that you guys made.
Are you kidding?
No, isn't that strange?
It's a depressing song.
It's a depressing time.
Look, I mean, with all that we see on TV these days coming out of the Middle East and all that, it couldn't be more appropriate. But at the same time, it's very depressing. Mind you, back in the day, I did it because of Gilles Villeneuve, the Formula One driver who had died in a car accident. And you could see that running all over, you know, and I thought, wow, I mean, is this a new era in which we're embarking when you can actually see people die live like that on TV? I thought it was shocking. But imagine today with the ISIS guys and all that. I mean, it's...
I know. You know, may I tell you a quick story about Live on TV? CFNY, we're now mid-80s, I believe, maybe late 80s. The Challenger goes up and explodes. And the announcer on the air decided that the best song to play at that moment was Live on TV.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think it was appropriate, but
It's not the first time it happens.
Yeah.
Because we've been solicited to have that particular song on such,
Have you
events.
Really? Have you really?
Yeah, and at one point I thought it was just too depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me now, you're running around. You had a great show last night. I see people on Facebook raving about Burlington.
Yeah.
And the Box.
Yeah. We've been playing it for 10 years straight, and we've been owning it to a point where it really works. And there's not an area of the show that doesn't,
Yes.
So basically, we're just having fun doing it. We're doing it over and over all the time. It's not like we're putting a new record or a new CD or whatever out every 2 years like most bands do. So what works, we just hone it and make sure everything is just
And
perfect.
this is the same band that you've been with for 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
And you're happy?
Oh,
You're
very
having
much
fun?
so. It's all fun. Back in the days, it was a lot of business.
Yes.
We were on tour because we had to. Whereas today we're on tour because we want to. It's,
See,
a,
that's
it's a
beautiful.
tremendous difference.
Isn't that fabulous?
Yeah, and it keeps me young at heart, if not from
working
anywhere.
over here, I'll tell you that, but-
I know. I know.
So in all the years that we've known each other, I've never been able to ask you, I don't know why, but I never did ask you, what was your major, when you were 15 or 16 really, what was the major influence that made you create music?
It must have been the progressive bands from the 70s. People like Genesis, Yes, Gentle Giant, even Pink Floyd to a certain extent, because I don't find they're very... Anyway, yeah. And I went to see a show at the Forum in Montreal, the equivalent of the Bell Centre now. It was Genesis, and there were 18,000 people there, and the noise that these people made whenever a song finished was just astounding. And when I came out of there, I said, that's what I want to do in my life, and I want to be on this stage in 10 years' time. 10 years!
Yeah.
And I actually got to do it within 9.
Oh, fantastic.
There you go.
Well, that was a magic time. I was at Showman FM, which you would know, and a lot of that music that we were playing then, no one else would touch.
You're right.
The bands you just mentioned, even Supertramp.
Absolutely. Who started in North America in through Montreal, same with Pink
exactly.
Floyd and many others. Yeah.
Floyd, the same thing. Amagama and all those wonderful times. And you were listening to that stuff when you were 15 or 16?
That was my musical diet. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, I thought it was extraordinary music. It was probably in reaction to the 3-minute song, pop song from the 50s, And then when we started looking at people in the 60s that made music that really started to emerge as not following the rules, may I say, which eventually gave way to the progressive movement of the 70s. That, to me, was freedom. Freedom of making music the way you wanted to do it, whether the song lasted 12 minutes or 14 or 2, whatever. It was just freedom. And that is the one thing that attracted me to making music. And ironically enough, when we started, we were back to the 3-4 minute maximum song, pop song, how the beginning of the 80s were. But nevertheless, a song like L'Affaire du Moutier carries all of the overtones of the musical progressive movement with the storytelling and all that. So we found a way to get this originality incorporated into the music while respecting the radio format and that sort of thing. Probably part of the key of the success of the Box.
The freedom that you speak of was wonderful freedom. And I still believe it exists today, if you want to look for it. But also it was, I think another word that would be equally, if not even more important than the word freedom, would be the creativity which you mentioned.
I think that younger people today are even more free to do whatever the hell they want because of internet. And because of the fact that major record labels will not pick up an act that's outside of the boundaries of what is generally accepted in the industry.
Yes.
But today, a kid with a computer can do a top quality record in his bedroom and put it out on YouTube. And if he's lucky, things can get out of hand and he can have so many views and all that. And a lot of people actually function this way today. And we're back to liberty, complete freedom of doing whatever it is you want.
I
So
totally agree.
there is a positive aspect even to the way that the music industry has turned out to be today.
Do you think that all this new technology, however, is a good thing?
Yeah.
I do too.
It's a good thing because technology is a tool. You can use it. It's like a hammer. You can use it to put it on your thumb, or you can use it to drive the nail.
Yeah.
So people who use it correctly, sky's the limit.
Does anything about that bother you, i.e. the fact that they're getting all the music for free?
Of course, the era of the multi-millionaire rock star is probably over, because most of the revenues that we used to earn came from record sales.
Yes.
At the same time, today, you can reach a much broader audience than you could before without the support of a record company. Of course, miracles don't exist. It's not because you put your song on YouTube that you're going to get 1 million views tomorrow morning. But if you do something really outstanding and you stick to it and you do song after song after song and build up an audience, why not?
But sometimes the satisfaction of being a creative artist comes without having 1 million seller. It comes with having 100,000 or 20,000 or 10,000.
I'm the one to talk to about that. We've never sold millions of records, and we've always been very happy with the music. And
more important than the million is the fact that you've always maintained what you believe is right. You've always maintained honesty within your own creativity, would you say?
It's funny because the one time that we weren't totally honest was when we had this big record deal with Capital EMI in Los Angeles. And we flew to England and we hired the top-notch producer to produce the album. And some of the songs there were just made to please the West Coast market and not much else. And I was more or less comfortable with it, but we sold our soul to the devil because we were right there. And we were asked to do these things, and the pressure was enormous. And who was I to go and tell the president of Capital EMI in Los Angeles, no, we're not going to do what you're asking us?
And how did you feel about that?
Well, there are many things in life which you do, and, you get over it. You get over it. But, today the freedom is back to exactly what it is we think is right to do, and we do it without bars being held.
Thank you.
A great pleasure.
It's wonderful to be back with you again, playing music, doing what we believe in, and having fun.
That's the whole thing.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here. NYthespirit.com video channel. Jean-Marc, The Box.
Looking all around for a new way to be friends, or just better friends with life. When time is running out and I ain't no looking back, they want us closer together and loving every minute of it all. We should try to understand, but it's up to you and up to me and up to all.